Now, we saw the news over the past few days that Hamas has reportedly revised down their death toll. So this is removing the names of thousands of Palestinians it had claimed were killed. The researchers say that at least 1,000 children are no longer on the list and that 72% of those killed were combatant-aged men. Now, Jonathan, this has been widely covered in the international media, not on the ABC as far as I can tell. Why this reluctance by left-leaning media outlets to cover this story?
As a trained journalist, it's very disturbing to see that many of the outlets across the spectrum are not covering this. And when they do cover it, they sometimes fail to mention who is running the health ministry, the fact that it is a Hamas-run health ministry. Look, I think this boils down to the fact that Hamas obviously doesn't care about Israelis, but it also doesn't care about its own people, which is why it's so blasé about throwing around different numbers and figures that are detached from reality. And we saw the latest evidence of the people of Gaza not rising up against Hamas because Hamas does not care about its own people. And we saw some brave instances of anti-Hamas riots, which were very violently stamped down. But that just shows to you how much the government cares so little about its own people.
No, exactly. I mean, even Palestinians being executed by Hamas simply for wanting a better future. Now, we're seeing evidence that Iran was complicit in October 7. Israel has said that there is new documentation. What can you tell us about this?
I don't think it's breaking news that the Islamic Republic of Iran's tentacles, fingerprints, signature has been all over the atrocities of October the 7th, but they go way back before that. The latest piece of public evidence that's been revealed shows that June 2021, Hamas leaders Yahya Sinwar and Mohammed Deif wrote to the IRGC commanders asking for something in the sum of $500 million in order to carry out future attacks against Israel. And those attacks took place on October the 7th. The Islamic Republic has, for a very long time, denied any connection, and we're slowly starting to see the extent and the scale of the Islamic Republic of Iran's involvement.
And piece together the money trail, of course.
Yes.
Now, before you go, I want to ask you, Australia has been hostile to Israel under our current government at the United Nations, voting against Israel in multiple occasions over the past few years. How disappointing is this to you? We're in an election campaign. How much of a concern is this to you, this break in bipartisan support?
What we try and do at the Israeli mission to the UN, and what Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, tries to do, is present the truth. And it's very disappointing to see countries that don't side with truth, don't side with Eli Sharabi when he's speaking at the Security Council, don't side with Noah Argamani, and they side with the Palestinian Authority and representatives of a regime that really doesn't care about its own people, let alone Jewish or Israeli people. So it's extremely disappointing.
Yeah, it is indeed. All right, to us as well. Jonathan Harounoff, really appreciate your time. Great to see you here in Australia as well, not just on the clips on the television. Thank you.